to make sure that Jim gets to go ahead and speak before this rain comes down, hopefully. So next up is going to be our very own representative, Jim McGovern. As many of you are probably aware, Jim has been extremely active with this cause. He even got arrested down in D.C. by the Sudan embassy during a protest. We're very lucky to have him as our representative, so let him speak to you all.
Thank you all for being here, and I want to thank Rachel and Suchi in particular, my interns, for helping organize all of this. And I want to thank all those who also participated in organizing this event today. It is inspirational to me to see you out here and to see so many people dedicated to the cause of human rights. Let me begin by saying that I think we're all here for one reason, and that is each and every one of us cares deeply about human rights. Each and every one of us, as human beings, is repulsed and horrified by the genocidal acts that continue in Darfur. Each and every one of us, as human beings, is here because we demand an end to the killing. We believe that every single person on this planet is entitled to human rights. And in Darfur, with the help of with the assistance of the Sudanese government, there is a genocide going on. And as we speak, people are being systematically murdered. And that is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for the world to be silent in the face of this. A little over a year ago, I traveled to Africa and visited a number of countries and wanted to visit Darfur. The Sudanese government refused to give me a visa to enter the country. So I went to neighboring Chad and entered the refugee camps by that means. And I've seen the face of genocide firsthand and in the faces of the thousands of Darfur refugees that I met with. I met with women who had been raped multiple times. I met with children suffering from post-traumatic stress so severe because they saw their entire families wiped out before their eyes. I saw old men see their families totally extinguished before their very eyes. It is heartbreaking to listen to story after story after story, but it is the reality in Darfur today. And I think that all nations have a responsibility to take a stand against the genocide in Darfur. But with the Olympics, I believe that China not only has a responsibility to do something, but has an opportunity to end the genocide. The fact is that much of the military equipment, much of the arms that goes into Sudan that is used to kill innocent people in Darfur, that is used to assist the Janjaweed militias in their killing spree, comes directly from China. And we have been demanding for months and months and months for China to stop sending arms that are used to kill innocent civilians. The fact is that China has turned its back on that chance to prove to the world that it has what it takes to be a world leader. I am, quite frankly, offended that the President of the United States has decided to go to the opening of the Olympics. Not only because of what China is doing in Darfur, but because of what China is doing to the Tibetan people, to what it's doing to its own people. Human rights is not just an issue for certain countries. We can't be selective when we talk about human rights. Human rights needs to apply to all people. But China has chosen to continue its policy of aiding the Sudanese government. On Wednesday, the Congress passed legislation condemning China not only for violating human rights of its own people, but for continuing its support of the genocidal regime in Sudan and the brutal Burmese junta. On Wednesday, I sent a letter to George Bush, signed by 54 bipartisan members of Congress, describing China's violation of the arms embargo against Sudan, and asking that the President of the United States go to the United Nations and expand that arms embargo. If China is not going to stop, if they're going to try to avoid, try to get around the responsibility of not sending weapons by trying to find a loophole in the current embargo, then this President of the United States needs to go to the United Nations and make sure we have an ironclad embargo where nobody can send arms to the brutal regime in Sudan. Look, I would remind anybody who says that there is not a genocide going on in Sudan to read the newspapers in the last couple of days when the International Criminal Court has indicted President Bashir for genocidal acts. Now finally, let me just say this. With the Olympics going on, I think all of us have an obligation to weigh in with NBC. Go online, tell Brian Williams and NBC they have a responsibility to report on what is happening not only in China, but what is happening in Sudan. And if you watch the Olympics, change the channel when the commercials come on. Email NBC and let them know that you're not going to support their corporate sponsors for the Genocide Olympics. And instead, go to online www.switchover.darfur.org. Make a statement. Thank you for being here, and thank you for caring. And we're not going to go away. We're not going to give up.